Good morning, everyone. We are starting the day off right. I'm hanging out at my local farmer's market, which is awesome because I honestly didn't think I was going to get to make it today. So I've picked up my goodies already. Now, to clarify, I still don't know if I have a show today. Before I left the house this morning, I got an email from the coordinator of the Cryptid Creatives that the weather is basically shrug emoji. So the show must go on. So we're gonna try to have a show, but it just depends on what the weather does. All week we've had these random pop-up thunderstorms. Not showers, thunderstorms. And like we've gotten some pretty scary lightning. My power went off briefly last night, but I won't say it was the world's craziest storm or anything, because it honestly wasn't that bad of a storm. It was just very loud and very lightning-y, and I would really prefer to not get struck by lightning while at a craft show. I don't know. The coordinator's reasoning on why we should have the show today, even though the weather is kind of iffy, is honestly so many of us have missed so much work, so many vending opportunities because of how freaking wet Georgia has been this summer. It's been crazy, and that's kind of how I'm feeling about this. I don't love vending in the rain. You never make as much money in the rain. You tend to lose product if you're not careful in the rain, but honestly, I have to pay bills, and if my events keep getting canceled and rained out, I can't do that. This is how I make my money, and honestly, my craft shows are my biggest sellers for me. Some vendors have a bigger following online than in person. I'm the opposite, which kind of sucks in many ways, and this is one of them. If stuff happens, like a bunch of crazy thunderstorms, I really can't support myself fully off of my online sales, at least not in the middle of the summer, because I'm supposed to be supporting myself fully off of the in-person stuff, which is a me problem. Like, I do need to kind of work on getting that a little bit better, if that makes sense, and I think I'm right in the middle of a pivot right now. During COVID, I really had to reroute my business a little bit because I was only selling in person. I had an online shop, but I wasn't focusing on it, and then during the pandemic, we kind of had to figure out how to survive without craft shows, so one of the things we started doing was selling online on Facebook boutiques. Those have become very unreliable. Sometimes I sell at them, sometimes I don't sell at them now, but the numbers aren't anywhere near where they were back when we were all stuck at home, and even like 2 years ago, my numbers aren't the same because honestly, my Facebook reach is not the same. This is a thing, my online sales really pivoted to that, and that is, I don't want to say ending, I don't want to say it's not, an avenue of sales for me, but it's not the big one. And then with the storms, I mean, it's beautiful right now. If I was to tell you it was possibly going to storm later, you'd think I was crazy. I mean, I am crazy, but not for that. This is a very roundabout way of saying, I'm glad the show is going on. We have like a 41% chance of storm starting at 4 o'clock. The show itself runs from 2 to 7. I don't know, maybe we'll get a few hours of sales in there, maybe we won't. The storms might bypass us completely, or it could hit 5 times worse. It's been crazy this week. None of the weather reporting has been accurate, and it keeps varying like hour to hour, so I can't even. I understand why the coordinator is very shrug emoji on this one, because I am also shrug emoji on this one. I don't believe the storms are going to happen until they happen, but also I really do believe the storms are going to happen because I've lived through the past like 4 days. In case anybody wondered why I went to the farmer's market though, my favorite little sourdough bakery, they have a chocolate chip right now, and I needed to try it. I also got their rosemary garlic because fantastic avocado toast. And then the one farm over there, they have shallots, and they're at a really good price, especially compared to the grocery store. So my little $5 bag of shallots makes me really happy. And then I definitely needed peaches. My garden is finally starting to produce, so I don't really need tomatoes or cucumbers like I have, but I don't really have a ton of fruit growing. My watermelons and cantaloupes won't be growing for a while, and I don't have any peach trees, so this was exciting for me. I'm gonna go home and make my really good avocado toast. I will check in with you guys when we head out to Atlanta. Hopefully that weather holds out and I get to make an entire video and not just part of a video with me sitting and talking at the farmer's market. Goodbye, farmer's market. We'll see you next time. Yay, we're here, and the weather forecast looks less bad. At least it says it's not potentially going to storm until 6 now, so I don't know. That may have changed on the hour drive, but a girl can hope. I'm setting up right now. This is the East Atlanta Village Community Farmers Market, and it's gonna be a beautiful day. At least I hope. I've gotten the tent up so far, and now we get the rest done. I just wanted to check in and brag about the forecast because, not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever been so stressed out about rain before. Like, I kind of want to cry, but I can't cry because I can't function if I just go to tears. Because you really cannot do anything about weather. If you have watched my past craft show videos though, you know how bad the rain has hit over the past 2 months. It's been not good. So fingers crossed this one's okay. I have my tarp just in case. Also my car is 2 feet away. So worst case, first sign of thunder, I'm just gonna pack up, but we're gonna try. I get to try. And the best part is that I get to try. You know what? I get to try to sell stuff. That's much better than having to call it quits before you even start, which is what I was afraid of. That's part of why, if you've watched it already, I did Chattanooga Market last weekend and I did the other smaller Makers and Markets ATL event. That's part of why I did those 2 events. They were smaller. I knew they were going to be smaller, but I needed the money and I couldn't bank on this weekend not getting rained out, just like I couldn't bank on last weekend not getting rained out. It's been horrible. This has been a horrible summer so far. I hate being hot, but like wet is worse than hot when you're outside selling your crap. I'm actually almost done setting up for the most part, so I'll show you guys the booth once I finish all of that. But current plan is, because now it's looking like the afternoon should be fully clear, we may get thunderstorms at 4 o'clock, we may not. There's like a 45% chance. Again, this is changing hour to hour because when I last checked in, we had no chance of thunderstorms until after 6 o'clock. I give up. You can't predict this at this point. They're random and they've been occurring really randomly, and again, we all give up. So I did talk to the coordinator, who is a very awesome human. So what we're gonna do, watching the radar, if we hear thunder, if the radar says we're about to get hit, or if a big dark cloud just moves in, pack up, go get your car, take your tent down when you're, done loading everything else, go home. Apparently, if you guys watched my Virginia Highlands show from a few weeks back, and if you didn't, go watch that one, I will say, the middle of it, totally unpredictable. Apparently they got hit with that flood too, so they were doing this show at the same time. Both shows are in Atlanta. So here's what that looked like.
Well, I'm glad I came back.
You can kind of understand why they don't want to do that again, I'm actually almost done this time. The one thing I have left, the only thing I managed to finish this week, were more pillow inserts, because as you can see, I'm lacking in throw pillow inserts, and I've run out of a lot of my favorites. So I just need to stuff some pillows and I'm done, and it'll look like my booth is totally full and not at all missing as many things as it's missing. It's 1:30, we technically don't start till 2, but I actually got done early. I kind of am liking this slightly faster setup that I've got going on. So ran to the restroom at the lovely little pub over here, and now back to record a video for the show, get that posted online, and then we just sit around and be hot for a while. Officially ready to go. I just ate my sandwich, which is not a big deal for you guys, except for then I had a small panic attack because I couldn't find my phone. Like, I was so determined to get this sandwich that I lost my cell phone, which is kind of important because that's how I take most payment. Turns out when I took my sandwich out of my cooler, I put my phone into my cooler. I cannot explain my actions. Oops. So apparently I got bit by a spider. It looks less bad now, but my arm, can you see that? It's swelling up, so that's pretty cool. I'm really lucky my lovely neighbor next door is a nurse, and she made me ice it, and then a customer was lovely and gave me a band-aid, so hopefully I stopped touching it less, but this is not how I wanted the day to go. It's really not how I wanted the day to go. Also, I'm very sad about my lunch. I made lunch, and it kind of bust open in my cooler, so now my cooler is a minor mess. Working on that part. I'm gonna go do a tour of all of the booths though. The show has started. It's not like the busiest market on the planet. It wasn't last time either, but it was fun. It was fun last time. I've made some sales this time. I've got to talk to some like familiar faces, some really nice people. That's great. So I'm gonna go see stuff because I never get to see stuff. And because this market is so small, I am very confident I can walk around to these other booths and actually see what they've got. Also, that is a bookmobile over there. Like, that's a freaking bookmobile. How fun is that? I want to go see it. Guys, look how cute it is. They're called Rolling Tomes. Rolling Tomes. That's adorable. Look at all of the books. It's a little mobile bookstore. I love this so much. I'm dying. Okay. First of all, it looks like we're gonna make it through the entire day without rain. Praise the Lord. Second of all, this is better, but I've run out of ice, so I am both drinking and applying slushy to my spider bite. This is normal behavior. And in case you were curious, yes, there is in fact a vendor with slushy machines, so I'm I'm very happy about this. I don't know. Sometimes very little things can make your day better. So this is strawberry kiwi and limeade, so I'm not sad about it. I'm not sad at all. My neighbor is adorable, and I knew she was buying stuff earlier, so I made a little tiny pile. It was a small pile when we started for her, and I didn't realize when I walked out of the booth and when I came back, she made her pile bigger. See? It's growing. It was only an elephant in a glasses case to start. Oh snap. Okay, so the chance of rain went from nothing for the rest of the evening to like a 70% chance of thunderstorms starting at 6. So we're now gonna just pack up about an hour early. It's 5. You know what? We made it most of the day. The show ran from 2 to 7. We're leaving at 5. That's 3 hours. That's better than no hours. That's better than none. Okay, I'm about to pack up and I had a little rush of people come in. This little boy came in with his mom though. I don't know, he's maybe like 3, 4, somewhere in there. And he was carrying 3 little of those like plastic pony beads, right? And some sticks. And his mom was shopping, like she was actively buying things, but I looked at him and he was having trouble holding them because they're so small and he's got tiny hands. So I was like, would you like a bag? And his mom was like, no, he doesn't need a bag. I was like, okay, it's cool. Figured I'd offer, you know, because like little dude, he was very proud of the 3 little beads and the sticks that he found. So little guy thought that when I said you could have a bag, you were gonna have one of like a big bag that I sell, like one of my lunch bags or something. His mom and I were having a good laugh over it though, because it's not what I meant. But when you're like 3, 4 years old, you don't know. But I did give him a bag in the end, so I don't know. Maybe his sticks made it up in there because, you know, his mom bought stuff, so he could, in theory, put his sticks and beads in a bag. These are my friends Bonnie and Chase. They're going to help me pack up today. I'm so excited I have help. We managed to pack everything up, and I did not show you guys the glowing feature of this booth. I mean, it's spectacular, let me tell you. So this is my empty booth space from before. So we've got empty grass, and then we come over to the fence, and somebody explained to me the cheap vodka bottles without completely grossing me out. I mean, like, they're the entire way down. They seem to be full of water. I'm not gonna figure out if they're not actually full of water. So yeah, that is a mystery unknown. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this one. I'm so glad I actually got to film an entire video of an entire craft show today. Was not the busiest craft show in the world. I didn't think it was going to be though, and it actually exceeded my expectations a little bit. So hey, you never know. Sometimes it's worth doing events outside of your comfort zone. Anyway, I am Angela. If you've enjoyed watching this craft show video, please give me a subscribe, like this video, and I guess tell me what city you're from. Are you local to Atlanta? Is that how you found me, or did you find me online? Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye!